Yes. Oh. Yes. No Mas Ego. The hot seat ruler. El Capitan. Ego Army. Ego Mafia. I told you, we are the mob. Money on top of boxing. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's talk boxing. Let's see what's up. I'll probably burn some people in the hot seat. I got some, you know how to rest up for these live streams. Get my energy right. So I can burn some people in the hot seat. Anytime Lomachenko's name is in it, this is what it's been. Listen, ever since Lomachenko beat Rigondeaux, I have blocked more people for saying silly, stupid shit in my comment section than I have in probably the last 6 to 8 months. More people. But it's cool. You know, I mean, I can't blame Lomachenko for idiot fans. But we're going to talk about it. The real side. On this side. Yeah. Hey, Ego Mate, what's up? What's cracking? Just waiting for some more people to join. Yeah, Salido talking that cash shit to Lomachenko. So we're going to talk our boxing talk. Hit that like, baby. Man, we already got 100 people in here. So let's do the roll call. Just let me know where you at. City, state, zip. The regular. I like to see where y'all at. Dallas, Texas in the motherfucking building. Who else? Who we got in the building? Cali in the fucking building. Yorkshire. Riverside, motherfucker. 661. New Zealand. Harrisburg, PA. Yeah, Vancouver. El Paso, Texas. Nebraska. St. Pete, Florida. Buffalo, New York. UK, London. Rancho Cucamonga. You play for the Rancho Cucamonga Cracker Killers. What movie is that from? Bakersfield, Screwston, Inglewood, Miami, Florida, 305, Harlem, New York, we back at it. Alabama, Dallas, already, Omaha, Panorama City, the Bahamas, San Diego, San OH, Leesburg, Oklahoma, Fort Worth, Hayward, H-Town, wow, Houston, Alief, Texas, Houston, Amsterdam, wow, we everywhere, Iowa, Lancaster, UK, Huddersfield, 916, Sacktown, my backyard, India, Puerto Rico, Chester, PA, Dallas. Man, let's get it, man. Sorry if I couldn't get it, everybody. I'll try to do another roll call at the end of the live stream. Let's just talk some boxing. What up, Fight World? It's your boy, Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, New Media had a great year. Shout out to Germany, Omaha, Nebraska. I see you, Lake Charles. I'm having a great year. I can't wait for 2018. I paid off. I just had my last credit card, and I just paid it off. Boxing's been great. I got to cover a lot of fights, see a lot of sights, see some women, eat good in different cities. Let's get it, man. 2018, bruh. I'm ready. And listen, I'm trying to drop gems. If y'all ever think about starting a YouTube channel, there's a way to come in the game. The way to come in the game, be yourself, be innovative and creative, and don't worry about other people. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Don't try, you know what I mean? People try to take shots. Everybody want to take shots at the throne. I don't know these dudes. Like Floyd said, I barely even know who the fuck you are. I tell you, y'all don't come telling me about anybody unless they doing better. That's it. If they got 100,000 and they verified, then holla at me. If they not, then don't. I don't care. I don't care what people are doing. I don't care what videos people make about me. You know what I'm saying? Because unless they're doing better, unless they got more cheddar, then I don't want to hear about it. Period. You know what I'm saying? That's like, I mean, you know what they say, a tiger doesn't concern himself with the opinions of sheep. Let's go. You know what I mean? Ever since the hot seat came out, motherfuckers is mad. Because this is, I'm telling you, this is how New Media is destroying them. I'm destroying. I know what I'm doing. I'm destroying them. The worst thing you can do to old media is remind them on that Roy Jones Jr. shit. Y'all must have forgot. You know, it's like a dog. I'm gonna tell you. Any pet owners? Any dog owners? It's like a puppy. Puppies chew up the shoes, your wife's shoes, pee in the living room, things of that sort. So when they pee in the living room, you put their face and you make them smell and look and see what they've done, right? And bad dog, bad. And you discipline them so they know what they did was an infraction. That's what I'm doing with new media. You know what I'm saying? All that bullshit they print, all the headlines and the fake news and the headlines on YouTube videos, I'm destroying. I'm showing you guys the proof. I'm showing you what they said 5 months ago. Like when they said Chocolatito is #1 pound for pound. You notice you have never heard me say, I never said anything like horrific about Chocolatito. I just said he lacked defense and stuff like that. All of a sudden I'm the bad guy, and they're pushing this agenda that he's #1 pound for pound. Where are they now? We're gonna do a boxing VH1 series called Where Are They Now? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do that. We're gonna do Where Are They Now? All the people, Jim Lampley and stuff. And then the worst part about it is Jim Lampley, after all this pushing of Chocolatito and saying he's #1 pound for pound, the moment he loses, they do what cold-blooded killers do. You know what I'm saying? Show no remorse for what they've done and what they've said and stuff like that, and they turn their back on that man, Chocolatito. That's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't even say he was #1 pound for pound, but I didn't condemn him for losing. You know what I mean? Jim Lampley, oh, it's too late. His career's over. He can't do anything. Like, damn, homie. Like, you just said he was #1 pound for pound, and then he gets dominated and gets knocked out, and then you turn your back on him. Like, that's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to get to the real shit. Just stay patient. Ego Army, y'all know what it is. Ego, are you gonna do more Tell of the Tapes? Of course, that's my original series. I have it in my phone, the ones that I'm gonna do, or at least right now. Danny Garcia, Brandon Rios, Lamont Peterson, Errol Spence, and really, y'all can leave on those first looks. You can leave recommendations. I work for the fans, the true fans. Yeah, they crossed up and switched up on Chocolatito. That's fucked up. New year, new media. You already know how we get down. Ego Army, thanks for the support. Like I said, people, listen. I'm telling you, I'm giving you the rules of the game. I'm showing you how this is played. All the people who disagree and new media is fake and I'm fake, all this shit. Where are they? If listen, just listen to this logic. If you are speaking the gospel and all that is true, and you're not just being a coon, or you're not just pandering and catering to casuals and reading comments and seeing what fans say, right? Then you should be smoking me or people like me, people who are saying the same thing, like, hey, Wilder Joshua should fight, hey, Keith Thurman should fight Errol Spence. If you're saying the opposite, PBC, I never said PBC is the cancer of boxing, but those motherfuckers said that. You know what I'm saying? So the people who are saying all that stuff, you should be murdering me. You should be doing better viewership. You should be putting out more content. You should be at more fights than me. Because I notice the game. I see how people play. I study the moves. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they cover fights, but they only cover fights in their area. I'm a California dude. I don't just cover California fights. In fact, I cover more Vegas fights and New York fights this year. But a lot of people don't leave the nest because they can't. They can't afford it. They can't swing it. Let's be real. You know what I mean? So they have to cover fights close to home. Let's keep it all the way funky. I cover fights from coast to coast, and I will be in the UK. You know what I'm saying? It just has to be the right fight. You know what I mean? I'm not just going out the UK. Like, I don't think I would go out for David Haye versus Tony Bellew, especially with Haye leg and shit bothering him. I don't know if I can trust that. You know what I mean? Book a whole trip and spend a couple thou to go out there for that. Nah, I don't know. But if like Wilder fought Joshua, yeah, I want to be out there. And I used to live in the UK, so it's all love, man. That's why I can go anywhere my heart takes me, because it's real out here in Ego Army, and people know what it is. You know what I'm saying? What do we talk? Bradley Skeet? Fuck no. First of all, Box Nation, Frank Warren. I'm trying to drop some gems. They got a poster because there's a February fight card. I think Anthony Yarde, Bradley Skeet, and some other motherfuckers on it, right? And I kid you not. If you look at the fight poster for February 2018, it says Super Skeet for Bradley Skeet's name. You know what I'm saying? Like it says Beast, the Beast Yard. That's cool. But when you get to the Bradley Skeet picture, the shit says Super Skeet. Listen to me. I'm a grown ass man. I am not calling no other grown ass man Super Skeet. I don't give a fuck how good you are. I don't care if you went to the Olympics. I don't care if you're undefeated. I am not calling another man Super Skeet. Oh, skeet, skeet, skeet. Like, no. It just, maybe it's a Bay Area thing, California thing, UK thing, US. I don't know. Ego, you a hoe. And you blocked. L, that was easy. So, I'm a hoe and you blocked. That works. Anyway, I'm not calling no man Super Skeet. That sound wild suspect. See, Pacquiao, he said y'all was worse than animals. Whoever made that flyer is worse than animals. You don't know what I'm talking about. What the fuck is a Super Skeet? Coming to the ring, weighing 147 pounds, Super Skeet. Like, I'm the hell no. Man, I'll be down if I call a man Super Skeet. You might as well just call him sperm. Where I'm from, skeet is not a cool thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not something you would name your kids or your fight name after that. What the fuck is a skeet? Like, you know what I'm saying? Hell no. I don't care how tall he is. I'm not calling him Super Skeet. But anyway, I digress. Oh, skeet, skeet. Yeah. The poster really says, man, y'all better hope I can't find this shit. That shit says Super Skeet on the poster. I was like, I did a Scooby-Doo noise when I seen, duh? When I seen that, I was like, duh? Yeah. Like, hell no. Super Skeet. Listen, that y'all sound like them people that be like, shave your beard, Ego. Why don't you talk about Super Skeet, Ego? Like, I'm not talking about no Super Skeet. Frank Warren, Box Nation, y'all gotta change that, man. My cousin Skeeter ass, head ass. Man, I can't find this shit, but that shit was really called Skeet. Man. That's like his power move, too. The announcer would be, oh, he skeeted on his opponent. Like, he skeeted on his opponent. What? Listen, somebody asked me something about Lomachenko, so that's what y'all want to talk about. See, and this is what I'm telling y'all. I'm giving y'all the rules of engagement, the rules of the game. I'm telling you, listen. Yes, I heard Black Thought. He murdered 10-minute freestyle. He killed that. But listen, see, this is what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna, like, with me, I don't just say what you want me to say. You ain't gonna put, I do well for myself. I enjoy what I do. I got Ego Army riding with the cause, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna just, no one's putting a battery in my back and just telling me, you must say that. That's the great thing about this platform, YouTube. How I came up is, I came up on some Howard Stern, Eminem shit. I could say whatever the fuck I want. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I do it tastefully and respect. I'm not out here calling names and, you know what I mean, calling people's wives bitches and shit. Who fight, but you know what I mean, my upbringing is different than other people. You know what I mean? I don't have to lie. I have creative control. You dig? So, I mean, it's funny because there's millions of hours of different YouTube channel videos that cover boxing that are uploaded constantly, and they say I'm racist and biased towards Lomachenko, but they keep talking about me. You know what I mean? I get wind of it. Little people send me screenshots on Instagram, and somebody made a video about me, and people in the comment section talk about how shitty I am. I'm like, okay, but why? Like, half of the motherfuckers got blocked from the channel. So realistically, you got to ask yourself. You got to ask yourself one thing. If somebody blocked you, you're not even supposed to have access to their channel. How are you making videos about my latest videos when you're not even supposed to have access to my videos because you've been blocked because you got served for saying stupid shit? You know what I mean? So that's what it shows you, that they're obsessed. Oh, you hate Golovkin. You hate Lomachenko. Okay, I hate everybody, even though every time you motherfuckers get in the hot seat, you get burned. But you're blocked, so you shouldn't even know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, if there's any ladies in the stream and you see some of these dudes, stay away from them, because they the type to stalk you after you break up. Because I'm a dude and dudes be stalking me. Like, you're blocked. Why? How are you even commenting on my latest videos or saying, oh, Ego, he's full of shit. He said this about Loma post fight. How do you know? How do you know what I'm saying and you're blocked? It's like getting a restraining order and you still in the bushes and shit. Like, so, you know, like my mom always told me, consider the source. I told y'all, don't mention nobody to me that's doing this YouTube shit or whatever, or writers or nothing, unless they doing better than me. If they got 100,000 and they got an Instagram presence and all the shit, you know what I mean? You guys see the numbers. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. But unless they got that and they rocking, then don't tell me shit about them. Anyway, I'm not calling anyone super skeet. Let's establish that. Lomachenko. Orlando Salido's talking cash shit. He says that Lomachenko is no mas boring. Shout out to the dude, Derek Kills. He back at it. He just dropped 30 piece. He just dropped 30 like he LeBron. $30 super chat. Let's get it, man. I tell you, them yellow and the orange super chat, those will be the ones. He says best live chats on boxing, period. Salute. I appreciate that. I'm gonna keep it coming. You know what I mean? I'm trying to keep the energy high. Try to keep the engagement up. Y'all gotta hit the like button. We have almost 200 people. Y'all really want me to do these live streams, you know, because I could be animated, I could turn up and stuff. So y'all gotta turn up with me and hit that like button. Smash the like button. It's very simple. Then you can talk your little shit and then get put in the hot seat and get bodied. You can leave your other comments and ask questions, and it's all good. And we all winning. Shout out to Long Beach LBC shit. Shout out to, I need to come back. Is this PayPal or what though? Yeah, I have a PayPal, Venmo, Patreon. Shit, Western Union. We worldwide, baby. But anyway, do I consider Lomachenko no mas? I mean, I don't really take that into consideration. Listen, I'm gonna say it like this, and I don't care who's mad, per usual. Lomachenko's a good fighter. Nobody's taking that away from him. I definitely see skills. I see a level of skill, and it's evident. He has 2 gold medals in the Olympics. They're not just handing those out, right? See how perfect. See, I'm biased, but I can say simple thing. Let one of these other motherfuckers that hate PBC, they never say anything good about PBC. They never say anything good about Floyd. They never say anything good about Andre Ward or Charlo brothers or whatever. I'm telling you what's good about Lomachenko. But as far as the hype and the machine behind him, it's not even nothing to do with Lomachenko. It's the media presence. It's the people in charge, the people who are, you know what I mean, keeping the lights on. They're putting a lot of pressure on Lomachenko. So I don't personally consider him no mas and Chenko and all that shit. It sounds cool, sounds cute, but until you start no masing legends and Hall of Famers and step it up in terms of, he has some good names for 11 fights, but unless you start no masing people who have momentum, who have crazy speed, crazy power, bigger than you, things like that, that could potentially offset what you do well, then I'm not calling, you're not no Lomachenko to me. It's the same shit they did with Golovkin. Let me explain. Golovkin, also a good fighter, silver medalist. He's good. He has a crazy jab. He obviously is strong and has power. I think he trains hard. He seems like a likable guy in terms, and no guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wants to fight, true fighter shit. I have no beef with that. But the way the media portrays Golovkin like he's a cyborg Terminator, and you see, 23 knockouts in a row. For example, I'm about to kill this shit. Listen, this is how I absorb boxing. Watch the HBO telecast for Golovkin versus Martin Murray. And moderators, if I'm kind of in the middle of a spill, I need y'all all hands on deck, 10 toes down. If people are in the comment section wilding and putting a bunch of stupid shit, I don't really have time to hot seat them when I'm kind of breaking things down like this. So you guys police that shit. You know what I mean? Just police it, and it makes it so much easier. Because I can't, everyone starts, oh, this Keith guy is saying this. I mean, it becomes hard. So moderators, just hold it down. Shout out to Angel and my other moderators. I kid you not. Watch the telecast with Triple G, Gennady Golovkin versus Martin Murray. Martin Murray did okay the first couple rounds, I think, off memory. But they talked about Martin Murray. Jim Lampley really said this on the telecast. He said something to the effect of, Martin Murray only has 10 knockouts in 30 fights or whatever it was, right? It's evident he's not a puncher, right? Said something like that. Again, my numbers are fudged up. I don't know Martin Murray's actual knockout rate. I just remember hearing him say it. You know what I mean? So I don't know the actual number. I could pull it up, but it's not worth all that. They said, it's evident Martin Murray's not a puncher based on his low KO percentage in this X amount of fights. Jim Lampley said something like that. Then there were some stanzas where Martin Murray was getting some shots off and Triple G's head was like kind of getting rocked back. And then Lampley had the nerve to say, oh, Triple G has a hell of a chin. The way he's taking these monster shots from Martin Murray. Like, we got to TiVo this, rewind the tape. You just said Martin Murray has no pop, no snap, no power. And then later, when Triple G starts getting hit, because he doesn't have that much defense, no head movement, like I've told you guys, all of a sudden, you're crediting Triple G for having a chin. Now, don't get it twisted. I personally think that Triple G has a good chin, but that particular fight, based on what you just said, is a poor example, a piss poor example. You just said the man had no power. You said he has no power, and then later you give him credit for Triple G for taking his best shots. Doesn't really equate, you know what I'm saying? That's like, let's say I'm in a street race on foot with a handicap kid, and you're like, hey, this handicap kid's super slow, and then I smoke the kid. Are you gonna be like, oh, he just smoked this handicapped kid in a foot race? No, because you just said he was slow. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't run fast. So it's the same thing with the, you said Martin Murray had no pop, and then you gave Golovkin credit for him taking Murray's best shots. That's stupid. Ego, can you see who y'all hitting the dislike button? I don't focus on that. I don't give a fuck. Listen, I've had some more dislikes in this last week, and guess what? My money went up crazy. So I don't really give a fuck about dislikes. So there's obviously no correlation because my money went up. My money went up crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't even be putting my business out there like that, but it went up crazy. So shit, I might start disliking my own shit. To be honest, I don't really care. I mean, I want the people that really support to support. You know what I mean? Haters are always gonna come and go. I don't give a fuck about that. You know what I mean? Because again, if I have 69 dislikes, 68 dislikes or whatever, let's see 68 comebacks, 68 counter arguments. All right, the CJ Way wants the hot seat. We got our first victim. Ego, you contradicting yourself, bro. What did I contradict myself on now? So hurry up, you're ruining the stream. You want to get bodied. So what did I contradict myself on? The CJ Way. What am I contradicting myself on? And you please hurry up so we can continue with the live stream instead of waiting all day for you to get burnt to a crisp. What did I contradict myself on? $15. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right, he says, you say Lomachenko is bullying Tank for calling him out when it seems he doesn't want the fight and he should look elsewhere. Why aren't you saying the same thing for Spence with Thurman? Don't say the belt BS. You're a fucking idiot. See, this is what they want to do. They want to say, omit facts because it doesn't support my claim. He said, don't say the belt bullshit, but that's the real reason. So part of my argument that has always been and has been consistent, right, has been that Tank, listen, I said Lomachenko, him calling out Tank, no beef with that. It's a good fight. Stylistically, it's a good fight. Go listen to any live stream where I talked about this matter. Shout out, oh my gosh, see, they keep hitting the dislike button, y'all, because we just got a big, Andre Joseph just dropped $50. That shit is purple, like Barney. He just dropped a $50 super chat. Let's go. Let's get it. Salute to Ego's Army. Shmoney gang. Now back to you in the hot seat, fuck boy. I'm not gonna leave out facts. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Listen, you gotta let me finish. He has a belt, but he isn't ready. Belt or not, he isn't ready. So okay, Mister, if he's not ready, then why you want to see the fight? If you yourself admit that Tank isn't ready, why would you want to see the fight? Oh, so he'll get an L, so he'll lose. Second of all, I'm not gonna omit factual information. Like, listen, let's say me and you were like in court, right? And I have a piece of evidence that's perfectly factual, non-fabricated. It's the person I'm saying committed the murder. I have him on tape going into the convenience store with no mask, and he's pulling the trigger. And you say, oh, that's not admissible. Why would it not be admissible in court when it's actual factual information that proves my case? You're like, don't tell me no bullshit about belts. Belts has something to do with it. You fucking mutt, you. You know what I'm saying? You're like, I told you, and I've said this before, like, it's not rocket science. The reason I have, and I don't give a fuck if you disagree or don't understand where I'm coming from, Spence is putting the pressure, somebody correct me when I'm wrong, Spence is putting on the pressure to someone who's been a champion longer than he has. Longer than he has. And they're both champions. Keith Thurman has 2 belts to Spence's 1 belt. Spence has not even successfully defended his title 1 fucking time. Keith Thurman had belts in success. He had a belt since Diego Chavez, at least 1 belt. You know what I mean? And then he fought Danny Garcia in March and got a 2nd. So he has title defenses and he successfully defended his belt. So from my perspective, that's a unification. That's a fact. It's a unification if they were to fight. Meaning the winner of that fight, if they fought next year with no, you know what I mean, no losses to Peterson or Vargas or some shit, then winner has 3 belts. If Lomachenko and Tank fight factually right now, let's say let's say they fight in March, Lomachenko would, if he beats Tank, he would come into that fight and leave with that fight with the same fucking thing. 1 belt. 1 belt. Ego needs to chill. No, you need to leave. I don't need to do shit. Leave the stream if you don't like the content. But he isn't ready, though. He is coming off some shit and has business to attend to. Spence can make his 2018 lit without Thurman. Now, see, you're already getting bodied. You're saying Thurman isn't ready, but he's been a champion longer than Errol Spence Jr. So why is the guy who hasn't even had 1 title defense, his next title defense is not even until January 20th. So we have to see how that happened. He has not had 1 title defense, and he's the one pushing for the fight more so than Thurman. And guess what? Another reason you're full of shit is because before Spence was even a champion, this was a thing. Floyd Mayweather presented it. So before he even injured his shoulder, Keith Thurman was on his, Errol Spence was on his neck. You know what I'm saying? Zip this bum up, man. Y'all got to give me some real work. And it's again, the same reason with Deontay Wilder. I don't have a problem. That's very similar to Spence Thurman in the fact that the champion has a belt, 2 belts, and the other guy who's really pursuing the fight only has 1 belt, right? That's not the case with Lomachenko. No matter how you try to bend it and twist it, Tank's coming off his worst performance this year out of 3. You know, and if you disagree, tell me what in the Walsh stoppage or the Pedraza stoppage was worse than the Fonseca stoppage, right? And he has no belt because he lost his title on the scale. These are facts. There is no timeout. Listen, I wasn't even trying to do a hot seat, so fuck timeout. And if you beg for mercy, then you'll get blocked with him. I'm not doing no timeout because he came for me. I wasn't even talking about Lomachenko. And he's like, oh, but you're contradicting yourself. I didn't contradict shit. You want me to contradict myself, but I didn't contradict myself. If Tank has a belt, then he's food. If Tank has a belt, it's open season. I don't care. And again, I'm going to say the same thing. I have no problem with Lomachenko initially calling him out, right? However, habitually calling out the same person that is not expressing an interest in wanting to fight you and doesn't have a belt and is probably looking to get back on track. That's the thing. That's why I'm saying bullying. It's not bullying when Errol Spence is trying to go. Keith Thurman is the man that Pacquiao don't look like the same fighter. Floyd's retired. Terrence Crawford is great, but we haven't seen him fight there yet, right? So ultimately, as of right now, Keith Thurman has the throne. He has the most going. He has 2 belts more than anyone else. Let's vote, man. This dude just got burnt. Easy ass work. The CJ way. Why can't Spence worry about Crawford once he gets the belt though? See, now you're just that's not, first of all, we're talking about Lomachenko. Now you're getting bodied. You know what I'm saying? You just sound horrible. And first of all, Thurman and Spence, those types of fights are harder to make, just like Tank, because of the potential Mayweather promotions working with Arum and Arum working with PBC. It's possible, but I already went over the $50 super chat. But listen, one of my moderators, get CJ way out of here. The fans are voting. That's what I'm saying. Remember what I keep saying to y'all. They want to be new media so bad. Like, they think they're coming up with such clever points and they caught me up in some shit. And then when you hear their argument and you hear my argument, I'm being very consistent. I'm being very consistent. Once again, in case you, do you understand what the fuck I'm saying to you? In case you guys are hard of hearing, I'm going to say it one more time. If guy A is a champion and guy B is a champion, then you have a bullseye on your back. And if someone's pressuring you to fight, then I don't really have a problem with it. Name an example of a fight where it's two champions where I said, fuck that, they should never fight. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? But see, that's what I'm saying. They always want to compare things that aren't comparable. Oh, why aren't you mad at Keith Thurman being bullied by Errol Spence? Here's a better question. Why is Keith Thurman with 2 belts and he's been a champion longer than Errol Spence, who has not even had 1 title defense? Why is he being bullied by a guy who just became champion? Answer that. Now, Tank, you can't say that. Lomachenko was a champion before Tank. Tank just became a champion in January, had 1 fight and 1 title defense, and he lost it before his second title defense. So what are you really saying? Let's go, man. What was that Big Easy dude talking about? Kings don't chase peasants. I'm telling y'all, they want to be new media so bad. They think they're coming up with so many ways to like cleverly expose me and interrogate me and stuff like that. Oh yeah, get him out of there then. Again, see, but listen, like Pac said, like the Judas did to Jesus, they're only here to cause distraction. I'm bringing up factual points about boxing, Lomachenko, and Tank, and all these situations, and people are talking about my beard. Again, I could give 2 pieces of pit bull shit what a guy feels about my beard. I'm not here to impress y'all for that. Do we have another hot seat? Yeah, his name is Yeah That Way. Listen, we got another hot seat. These boys getting fucked up in a row. He says you push for Canelo versus Triple G. Yeah, because Canelo was a lineal middleweight fucking champion. You mutt you. How wasn't Canelo a champion when he beat Cotto, who beat Sergio Martinez at a catchweight of 159 and was middleweight champion? But I pushed for the fight when he was a champion. Right? I pushed for the, I didn't, so you're telling me, like a moron, you're telling me that I waited till Canelo gifted his belt to Golovkin. Oh my gosh. This dude is trying to say that I started pushing for the Canelo Triple G fight after Canelo gave him his belt. I wanted to see that fight from the beginning. What are you talking about? These dudes sound crazy. Man, y'all gotta send some better work. Y'all gotta send some better work. If y'all want to tear new media down. He's trying to say I waited till Canelo vacated, and then that's when I started pushing for Canelo Triple G to happen. What kind of sense does that make? And the thing with Tank Davis, he lost his belt, but he didn't give his belt to Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? He didn't just, hey, Lomachenko here, and give his belt. So even though Canelo vacated his belt, he gave his belt away to that man. So yeah, I still want to see it. I want to see it because he just gave his belt away. But I wanted to see it even before he gave his belt away. Man, these cats are getting bodied. Wow, man. We getting some massive super chats. I didn't think it was gonna be this easy. This shit crazy. Man, these dudes getting smoked up in the hot seat. We gonna slow roast them. Y'all want me to zip them up? Do y'all want me to zip this kid up? No, listen, moderators, don't block him until the fans vote. Don't block this cat until the fans vote. If y'all want me to zip this motherfucker, hit the like button and say zip him up or hell yeah. Those are my two cues. Okay, so he lied on me and claimed that I waited until Canelo vacated his belt in September 2016 to start pushing for the Golovkin fight. He says I show no interest in wanting to see, which I know sounds crazy if you follow my channel, but I'm just gonna oblige what he says, right? Someone said ego can't fight, but y'all motherfuckers don't run up. No one's running up. So you sound stupid and you blocked. Get him out of here. They only here to cause distractions. But he's claiming that I waited until Canelo vacated his belt in order to push for the fight. And that was in September 2016 when he vacated, right? Zip this. Boxing Ego, 103. Look. Oh, we've been getting views, baby. We've been getting these views. 103,000 views. Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Golovkin. This is when Canelo wanted to fight at 155. Boxing Ego debate from 2 years ago. So how did I wait till he vacated in September 2016 in order to? And then I did a video when they had that Ego Valley video, as you could see, 2 years ago, when Canelo and Triple G negotiated the terms to fight voluntary defenses, right? Amir Khan and Dominic Wade or whoever, before fighting each other. And this dude's trying to lie on me and said I waited till Canelo vacated to show interest in that fight. Look, the video's still up. I don't duck or dodge. Look, December 2. Look, I did it a day after Christmas, almost an anniversary, 2015. He said I didn't care about that fight until after. And look, this was before Canelo vacated. What are you talking about? That was day after Christmas in 2015. Oh my gosh. Now let's vote. Now look, he's backing off the blocks. That's not what I said though. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You said, and I'm not even giving you an opportunity to fake it and lie now. Shout out to Luis Hinton, $5 super chat, gang gang. He's trying to, okay, look, you're still cornered. He said, now he's changing it and said, I said you pushed for it even after he vacated, because he vacated his belt to the man without fighting him, which was a horrible move. Tank didn't hand his belt over to Lomachenko and say, here. Lomachenko didn't say, hey, stop ducking me. You better not duck me. Give me the belts. And then Tank said, here, Loma, and gave him his belts. And now Lomachenko is a two-belt holder, two-belt champion, because Tank gave him his belt. So once again, no matter how you try to deli slice it, these aren't the same scenarios. I pushed for the fight before he vacated his belt, and just because he vacated his belt, that doesn't. It's like if the cops are chasing on foot a crackhead, and then he takes the drugs and he swallows them or throws them into the bushes. Once they find the drugs, they know he threw it into the bushes. Once they find, he's still gonna get charged for possession of coke, because even though you don't have it on you at that given moment, we all seen you throw it into the bushes. Now, when it comes to Canelo, since you want to try to act like this is the same, which is not, he had the belt and then he threw it in the bushes and gave it to Golovkin. So that doesn't relieve the pressure of fans wanting to see that fight that you didn't give them. Tank Davis' situation is not like that. He did not say that, oh, here Lomachenko, stop bullying me, here's my belt. Get him out of here. I seen the fans voted. His name is something, the CJ Way, Subway, whatever his name is. Get him out of here. New Media. Angel's a shooter. Bow. I tell y'all, they want to be New Media so bad. And he tried to switch up what he said because he got burned, and I showed proof. And then he's like, hey, that's not what I said. I said this. Even though he switched it, I still proved that wrong. again, people still wanted to see Canelo, even though he had no belt, because he gave his belt to the man. And most people consider that to be like a taboo in boxing. That's an all-time no-no. When Golovkin's screaming on you, he's screaming on you and saying, hey, give me my belts. Hey, no, I'm ready, not for future, I'm now. And then you just give him the belt. So, yeah, okay, even though it's just, like I said, with the cop analogy, you see the crackhead, he throws the crack rock in the bushes or whatever, baggy, you're still going to get charged with it, even though you don't have it on you at the time. Killing these boys. These young boys can't beat me. Listen, don't tell me about no other YouTube channel. I don't care. I don't even watch YouTube like that. I'll be on Netflix. So I don't know why you guys keep asking me. I really don't. Like, the amount of content I put out myself, like, I'm well informed what's going on. I really don't be checking for a lot of people. And then the people I do check for, they know because I'm friends with them personally. So enough of those questions. I don't see that. This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying I'm above or better than anyone, but I'm no longer just a boxing fan. I like cover boxing. I know fighters. I know trainers and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So sometimes I don't even want to be around boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to just be watching everyone's video. And sometimes for me, just being 100% real, certain people, like, I really feel certain people like me and Dante really paved the way for a lot of these YouTube cats in terms of we showed people a way, like, went from doing home videos and commentary at home to covering fights. So people, you know what I mean, looked at the blueprint and looked at the game and how we moved, and now people are doing that too. You know what I mean? I don't care. I don't feel threatened. That's cool. The more the merrier. More people that build up this sport, hopefully, right? But at the end of the day, I don't like to watch too many videos because I don't want to be like some people might do a same topic or whatever, and I'm not trying to be influenced by something someone else said, or I want to just have clear my own thoughts about the subject matter, Wilder, Joshua. So I really don't be on YouTube. When this was just a hobby for me, a lot of those channels aren't even around. But yeah, I used to watch YouTube videos, but I don't really watch it. I'm just being real. I don't really watch it. Like, I mean, I'm just being 100% real. There's no disrespect. Like, I just be moving and busy. Like, I used to watch Ellie Sackback's videos a lot. I don't really watch that much anymore unless someone sends it to me. It's no disrespect to him. It's just I got my own shit going. You know what I'm saying? So if someone says, hey, check this video out and things like that, then it is what it is. I don't just sit up here and start clicking on videos and just, I don't have time for that. Anyway, yeah, man. Who's Venom's finest? All right, Venom's finest. You're in the hot seat. He ready for the hot seat work. Tank doesn't have a belt, so he gets a pass from fighting Lomachenko. That makes no sense. Okay, so why doesn't it make sense? We'll see who has the real venom. We'll see if you have fangs and if your bite is really venomous. So explain why it doesn't make sense. What have I failed to make clear? It's a good fight, belt or not. I never said it wasn't a good fight. So that's already strike one, because you're already corroborating something I've already said. I said stylistically it's a good fight. So keep going so you can get on strike 2 and strike 3 and we can get you up out of here. It doesn't make sense. Okay, so what doesn't make sense? He said it's a good fight. I've said it was a good fight. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me buy this too. He says, okay, so why can't the fight be made? Because you have one party pushing for the fight. One person just lost their belt, and their team and them have not said anything supporting the fact of, yo, this is our next move, coming off of a bad performance versus Fonseca, losing our belt, and not being able to make weight. They haven't showed that this is my next plan is to fight a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. So it's one-way traffic, right? It's one-way traffic. So my point is this: yeah, it would be a good fight. It'd be a good fight, but it's one-way traffic. So why spend so much time targeting someone who's not expressed the same interest in fighting you, and that person is not a champion, and there are champion, and you got one belt in the division? So Tank gets a pass for being scared. Canelo wasn't saying anything about Triple G for years, and you still wanted to fight. Another body coming soon. Why do you guys keep bringing up Canelo versus Triple G? Canelo was talking shit about Triple G. He says, I haven't seen anything special, anything that worries me about 160 when I got there. All right, Rick Zacker, you're in the hot seat next. This is how I do. We'll do bunk bed caskets, right? Everybody remember the name Rick Zacker because he's next. The Canelo Triple G, what are you talking about? How did I wanted to see the fight. Canelo he said, put the gloves on now. I'll scrap with Golovkin right now, blah, blah, blah. What are you talking about? So Canelo did say something about Triple G. Tank has not really said anything discourteous or whatever. His team hasn't said anything. So what are you talking about? You guys keep bringing up this Canelo Triple G situation. Canelo's team both said stuff about Golovkin. So you're full of shit. Oh my gosh. Now, see, this is what they just try to drive you crazy with stupid question after stupid. So he gets a pass for not wanting to fight. He is not a champion. He is not ranked within the WBO. I just showed you guys the other day, he's not in the top 15 of the WBO. So yeah, if he opts not to fight, then it doesn't matter because he's not a champion. What part don't you get? Yeah, it would be a good, here, I got one for you. And I won't tell you my source, but Sean Porter, before Adrian Granados, my source told me that Jesse Vargas was offered the fight, right? Jesse Vargas turned down the fight, said maybe later. Jesse Vargas was on a layoff and he had lost to Pacquiao, AKA he was not a WBO champion, right? Porter has a version of the belt like the WBC silver, and he still turned it down, right? That's Jesse Vargas. That would have been a good fight. Jesse Vargas, Sean Porter. I have no beef with that. But I don't blame Jesse Vargas for not wanting to fight Sean Porter when he's coming off a layoff and a loss. What don't you like? What's not registering there? Tank is coming off not his best performance. He doesn't have a belt, and he's on track to probably get an IBF shot. There's only him and Billy Dibb and that Japanese dude that are all in the top 3 or whatever. And Tank is not ranked within the WBO in the top 15, right? So why derail from what you're doing as a non-champion to pursue Lomachenko when you or your team haven't made that a priority? His legal trouble, he already beat that case. But yeah, I mean, he obviously has some stuff he has to correct. So that's my whole point. Same thing with Danny Garcia. He's fighting Brandon Rios. A lot of you motherfuckers are like, oh, why is he not fighting Sean Porter? Like, why is he not fighting Errol Spence? Because Errol Spence has his own fight. How about that? And he's coming off a loss. He's not a champion anymore. He's not a WBC champion. He could fight Brandon Rios to get his bearings back. Some of you motherfuckers say you're not really venom to me. This is not poison. See, listen. When I start burying these dudes with facts, they tell me to forget the facts. His response is forget the rankings. He is a good fighter, and that's how legacies are made, by fighting good fighters. See, when I start hitting them up with factual information, it proves they have no venom. They say, hey, don't worry about that. Even though I can't denounce what you're saying, even though I know what you're saying is true, and I'm not even trying to argue that, they say, don't worry about belts. Who cares if he has no belt? Who cares about rankings? Everybody says boxing is a business, but now when I express a part of the business, then y'all act like y'all don't get it. Like, stop it. You want Danny Garcia to fight Errol Spence coming off a Keith Thurman loss. That's stupid. You know what I mean? Like I said, Jesse Vargas, you lost to Pacquiao badly, or badly enough to me, and you lost your belt. He's not obligated to come back and fight Errol Spence his first fight back. Or Keith Thurman. Even him. Even if he fights Keith Thurman in April, he just came back to a guy, a Herrera dude. Venom Finest, you're already getting burnt. I'm just saying, if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. Loma. I'm just saying, you don't know shit about boxing. And again, boxing is about timing, right? Boxing is about timing. And obviously, Tank, by not having a belt, he can dictate his schedule and he can work towards that, work towards a Lomachenko fight. If he becomes a champion, then again, you have the bullseye on your back. It's very simple. But you guys, listen, I promise you, if you were a trainer, your fighters would be killed, or they have a very short hospital or a very short shelf life, because you guys want the fighters to do unimaginable, unrealistic things, like come off a loss, legal trouble, can't make weight, and all this shit, lose your belt, and then immediately you want them to fight off of that, the best person in the division. Danny Garcia stepped up. Everyone calls him a cherry picker. Stepped up with Keith Thurman to unify, went the distance, came up short, and now y'all mad at Brandon Rios' fight and say he should fight Errol Spence. Errol Spence, he got the juice right now. I'm not talking Peds. I'm talking about like Bishop juice. You know what I'm saying? He's the man right now, right? So you really think that's realistic for Danny Garcia to immediately come back and fight Errol Spence, knowing how the boxing fans work? Knowing boxing fans aren't gonna, if you take 2 back-to-back losses, Broner got 3 losses and they say he's a bum and retire. That's how disrespectful the fans are. Now you're just rambling. Loma has a Twitter poll. See, you're getting body with everything else, and now you're on Twitter somehow. Listen, let's just vote, because he's just circling and he's not really talking about nothing. I just exposed you had no venom for me in the hot seat. Everything I said you haven't disproven, and you told me, in fact, instead of disproving it, you told me not to include it. No, forget rankings. Tank's a good fighter. He is a good fighter. He is a good fighter. Venom has no venom for me. Moderator, get Venom's finest up out of here. The fans have spoken. And see, listen, this is how you know when people are getting smoked in a hot seat. It's because they start bringing up all type Canelo, Triple G, and Lomachenko's Twitter poll. What are you talking about? Like, you have yet to combat anything that I've said, and you already bounce around like a jackrabbit to Lomachenko's Twitter poll and Tank this. And listen, nobody said Tank is a good fighter, but again, you guys as fans, that's what you are. You're fans, and you don't. A lot of people aren't realistic with this shit. Like I said, I really don't blame. You can say I'm making excuses for Tank and Danny Garcia, but I don't blame Danny Garcia for not fighting Errol Spence. Do I want to see Danny Garcia fight Errol Spence at some point? Absolutely, it'd be a great fight. But coming off a Keith Thurman loss, that's stupid, because it's your whole career is kind of do or die. If you take a loss to Thurman and then loss to Spence, then where are you? Look at like Kell Brook. He made him and Eddie Hearn, to me, my personal opinion, made horrible career choices. You went from fighting Sean Porter, which was great, to getting stabbed and fighting low-level opposition in mandatories or whatever. You didn't fight Brandon Rios, which would have been a good fight. You didn't fight Jesse Vargas. Those fights magically fell apart, but you could make the Frankie Gavin and the Kevin Bezier, Jojo Dan, them weak-ass fights, no problem. But Brandon Rios, which would have been a big name at least, and Jesse Vargas, somehow those fights fell apart. You went from fighting Kevin Bezier, Diego Chavez, shout out to my real boxing fans. Yeah, all the good fights at the time somehow fell apart with the biggest names, but you had no problem fighting Frankie Gavin and getting that done, or Kevin Bezier. Then off of the Bezier, you decide to move up 2 weight classes, fight Golovkin. You gave him some good work in a couple rounds or spots or whatever. Then he melts your eye, and then you're injured, and then you have to come back and fight your mandatory that you should have fought instead of Golovkin, which was Errol Spence. Now he has 2 back-to-back losses, going up to a division also filled with bigger killers like Jermell Charlo. And some people are saying he's done. Look who he's fighting. Now, listen, I'm burning these dudes up, man. Okay, no, first of all, you should have never fought Kell Brook should have never fought Golovkin. That was just like a money grab, and you thought you were going to do something that you couldn't do when you got in there, right? And I do think he exposed certain vulnerabilities in Golovkin, but that only goes so far when you still get stopped, right? So then you have fucked up your situation so much that you had to go defend your throne at welterweight against a young killer like Errol Spence. Then you took a fade in that, and you took an L in that. So realistically, you should have never fought Golovkin. You could have fought Errol Spence, and even if he beat you, then you could fight that Rabchenko or whoever he's fighting now. And then you would at least only have one loss and then had your tune-up. But now you were forced, because you moved up 2 divisions like a maniac, to fight the #1 middleweight who had 22 knockouts in a row or whatever it was, right? And you move up to fight him, come up short, and then now you have to immediately take another super difficult fight. That's not realistic. And now you look at Kell Brook, where he's at. I heard he's taking the loss hard. I know personally some people that know him, and I'm not gonna put his business out there, but I heard he was taking the loss really hard. If you look at him in recent like IFL TV interviews, he's definitely gained weight if you see him, right? And now you're not even back on track to fight no big names, really. You know what I mean? You're fighting, who the fuck is Rabchenko? I don't know what a Rabchenko is. I don't know nothing about him. I don't know his height. You know what I mean? I want to see Rabchenko versus Super Ski. So that's what I'm saying. Like, some of y'all aren't realistic. Danny Garcia, if he fought Keith Thurman and he fought Errol Spence, even though Spence, see, that's what I'm saying. Spence has his own fight January 20th. So it's not like Errol Spence could fight in January and then fight. When's the Garcia Rios fight? February? So that's not even realistic anyway. But people still want to call Danny a cherry picker, even though Lamont Peterson was announced before Lamont Peterson Spence was announced before Danny Garcia's fight. So he couldn't fight Errol Spence anyway because it's too close. They're too close to each other. But even if he could, I wouldn't recommend it because you just lost and you're not a champion. Work your way back up the rank. I'm killing these boys, man. And see, and the thing is, they want so hard to oh, you're racist and I said the same thing with Tyson Fury. I don't want to see him come back and immediately fight Anthony Joshua. Fight the right type of fights, the tune-ups, lose the weight. If you know what I mean, can't take a body shot because you got fat as hell in your off season or whatever, then you can discover that with a lower level of opposition instead of it being a do or die type of thing. But that's what I'm saying. These fans are just bloodthirsty, and a lot of them, like for Tank's sake, he's with Mayweather Promotions, right? And they don't like Floyd. They don't like his personality. I'm already seeing people call him the new Broner and all this and that, and he's trash talking people like Ryan Garcia and Tevin Farmer. So people don't like that. So they want Lomachenko to be the one to shut him up. They don't care about anything else. They don't care. Oh, he's ducking. He needs to fight him. Even though he's not even ranked in that organization. The one belt that what's the name has, Lomachenko has, they didn't even give Tank the courtesy of ranking him. Listen to what people say. They say Tank is a good fighter. I agree with that. They say Tank is a good fighter, but he's so good that the WBO, the one belt that Lomachenko has not put him in the top 15. And I showed you that. So as great as he is and good as he is, why haven't the WBO ranked him? And then you think that Lomachenko, by putting a couple tweets, is going to be able to pressure a non-champion who's not even in the top 15 of that organization's rankings? He's going to be able to pressure him into making a fight when his team has other plans for him? Like, just admit it. Y'all just want Tank to lose. That's what this boils down to. And the reason I know this, you got to look at it. The game, Floyd 50-0, he left the game unscathed. You know what I'm saying? So they can't get him. It's like, fuck, let's get his cronies. You know what I mean? Let's get people associated with him. That's what this is about. That's why people, you know, I do a video and speak my mind just like I'm doing on live stream. And everyone, oh, you're fucking protecting Tank. And I'm not doing, I'm being honest like I always am. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Like, why? Like, for example, since everyone has these hard and fast rules, like Tank off of a loss, I mean not off a loss, off of his worst performance this year and no belt, he needs to immediately fight the best person in the division because it would be a good fight. Then when Pacquiao got knocked the fuck out by Marquez, why did he fight Brandon Rios off a loss? Why didn't he fight Floyd Mayweather immediately after? You know what I'm saying? Brandon Rios moved up from 40 to 47. And he was coming off a loss to Mike Alvarado. So, hey, you want to prove your legacy? All that shit that the last dude just said in the hot seat. Hey, it's about legacy and it's about proving your worth by fighting the best. So when Marquez knocked you the fuck out, then why didn't he come back and immediately fight Floyd Mayweather, who was the best at 147? Somebody answer that for me. Why did he fight Brandon Rios coming off a loss, move him up 7 pounds? I don't have a favorite Mexican fighter. I have a lot of Mexican fighters that I like. But I think the person I think that I rate the best is Salvador Sanchez. Unfortunately, his life was prematurely taken. Wow. Joel Rodriguez said he has a good point. Look at the double standards. Why isn't Konstantin Ponomariov not fighting Spence? See, that's what I'm saying. See, Konstantin Ponomariov doesn't necessarily have the name like Tank, but nobody's even commented. I've made videos about that, but he ducked out on the Spence opportunity twice. But nobody cares about that. Everyone is just about Tank ducking. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what it is with I guess guys from Eastern Europe, they have like some kind of get out of jail free card. But Konstantin Ponomariov, he is openly ducking. See, even that's different because Konstantin Ponomariov was ranked #1 in the IBF. So when Errol Spence, the IBF champion, he was the champion, they should have fought. Tank is not even ranked. That's what I'm saying. They're not. People don't think about it. Shout out to Joel. He just dropped a bomb on y'all. But that's what I'm saying. At least Konstantin Ponomariov is ranked in that organization. Tank ain't ranked with the WBO. It's a good fight, but he's not ranked within the WBO, and he's not a champion. So therefore, he doesn't have to fight Lomachenko next. If he's the champion, that's different. Because if you're a champion, you got to defend the home front. You know what I mean? Because now, listen. Here, I'm gonna put it. All right, David Gomez, you in the hot seat. What's an excuse? What if I said that was false? Go. David Gomez, we about to burn you. He said excuses, excuses, excuses. Okay, I made 3 excuses, so you tell me what they were. What did I say that was false? Hot seat, everybody get your popcorn. See, these dudes, I'm telling you, they don't really want it. Okay, a duck is a duck. Cool. Now explain it to the fans that are patiently waiting for you to explain it. I don't care if you say he's ducking or not, but he's not obligated to fight Lomachenko. Period. So what excuse did I make? What if I said that was false? Hurry this up. We're waiting for you. See, that now they flabbergasted. They don't know what to say. Oh my gosh. See, you clearly don't know shit about boxing. He has more pro fights than Lomachenko. What's the excuse? Yeah, come on. Like, are you really gonna act this remedial? He has more pro fights, barely. Tank has like 16, 17 fights. Lomachenko has 11 now, but Lomachenko has 2 Olympic gold medals. Like, let's be real. Like, so that's like, you guys come with the most basic dumb points I could even hear. Hey, somebody block Miss Vega. He's just saying stupid shit, right? But anyway, let me explain why. Okay, Floyd Mayweather went to the Olympics, right? He got robbed in the Olympics. Canelo turned pro in Mexico and had to earn his way and earn his keep, learn on the job. So when Floyd fought Canelo, they had within about 1 fight of each other. Like Floyd had, let's say, 44 fights. Canelo had 43 fights. So even though they had a similar amount of fights, clearly they have different levels of experience because Floyd had fought way more champions and former champions and belt holders and unified, and he went to the Olympics. So you're playing dumb with this, oh, Lomachenko, they have about the same amount of pro fights, but yeah, they're not about the same age because Lomachenko stayed in the amateurs to get 402 or 403 fights. So stop playing dumb. You're literally slow. David Gomez says, when you get a title shot, you have to take it. So if he could fight the Japanese dude, that's also a title shot. So how's that not taking it? And at least with the Japanese dude, he's ranked within that sanctioning body, the IBF. Get this man out of here. It's not even worth. I don't even know why I'm on this track. I'm gonna let the outlaws ride on you. Let's vote. Snipe this dude out of here. Put your L's up. I can't see. I gotta start limiting because this stuff is too easy. Y'all just, it's not even worth long drawn out speeches with some of y'all because your points aren't valid enough. Yo, one of my moderators, get David Gomez up out of here. He's talking about, oh, you gotta take it. You don't gotta do shit. You're not a champion. You don't have to do shit. And he's probably gonna get a title shot at that David Gomez dude, or at least an eliminator with Billy Dibb or some shit. So I mean, he's going to be a champion again, most likely. See, that's what I'm saying. They always say excuses, and then I'm like, okay, what did I say that was wrong? A duck's a duck, and then they don't explain it. Crazy. And the thing is, like, I keep saying this, man. Okay, like let's say Kovalev. Kovalev is a former champion, right? He lost back-to-back fights to the same man, Andre Ward. And I'm sure he didn't think the second fight would go because he gave Ward such a tough first fight. I'm pretty sure he didn't expect the second one to go. But props to both of them for taking it. And then he came back to fight Shabransky. Now Kovalev is coming back to fight Igor Mikhalkin after a knockout in 2 rounds or whatever against Shabransky, who's been knocked out by Sullivan Barrera within his last 4 fights, right? And this is a former champion. So if everybody's on Tank's line, Kovalev is now a champion again because his infamous Shabransky fight, which is stylistically tailor-made for his style, Kovalev is back being a champion. And guess who he's fighting? He's fighting Igor Mikhalkin. Meanwhile, Gervonta Tank Davis has no belt. He missed weight. And his last performance was his worst for 2017, right? But everyone keeps talking about, this is what I'm talking about with the double standards. Everyone keeps talking about Tank Davis. So why isn't Sergey Kovalev as a champion? He's a champion again, even though he lost a Ward. As a champion, why is he fighting Igor Mikhalkin, right? Why is he not fighting Sullivan Barrera? Artur Beterbiev, rematch from the amateurs. The Nail Vodstick. Who else is there? You know what I mean? Maybe call out Anthony Yard. Fight Badu Jack. Fight Dmitry Bivol. Why? You know what I'm saying? Because he needs his tune-ups. So, okay, the Eastern European Russian fighter can get his tune-ups, but Tank can't. He has to immediately fight the best person in the division. Marcus Brown, another good fight. I mean, Joe Smith Jr., at least I know who the fuck he is instead of Igor Mikhalkin. I don't know who that is. I don't really know him. So let's talk about that. So why, and the big difference, Kovalev is a champion. Kovalev is a champion again. And his tune-up was Shabransky. And he's still fighting another guy with very low knockout percentage that most people would say, based on how good Kovalev is a tune-up. Y'all want to play a game real quick? Let's get the likes up. If y'all want to play a game real quick, can I get a hell yeah? If y'all want to play a game, can I get a hell yeah? All right. So here's the game. Name this fighter. Who is this fighter? Somebody name him. Who is this man? That ain't me. It's not Beterbiev. Hey, moderators, don't. I want this for just the pure fans. Triple chest hair. Moderators, stop answering. This is for just the pure boxing fans. And I think the moderators that I've selected are probably more diehard. You got the Adidas joint. Who is this? A bodybuilder? Bilbo, Ricky Hatton? Hell no. That's Kovalev's next opponent. And you've seen the level of confusion with most people. And I actually posted this a week ago, and people were talking about it. That's who Kovalev's fighting next. You know what I'm saying? I literally have never seen him before. Like, I'm talking about, like, even at fights, like at War Kovalev, I went to 1 and 2. I never seen him like there. I never seen him like on the undercard of a fight I was covering. I never seen him, literally. That's Kovalev's who he's fighting. And again, listen, this is what I'm talking about, the double standards. Y'all gonna learn today. So there's all this pressure on Gervonta Tank Davis, right? That's what y'all saying. So much pressure. Kovalev's a champion. He just took a tune-up that he should win, which he did win in 2 rounds or whatever, versus Shabransky, a guy who had been recently knocked out. And this is who he's next. And I mean, who is that? So where's all this fake outrage? The outrage that y'all got for Tank Davis. Where's this outrage for a champion in Kovalev? And see, this is the other thing. Kovalev, oh man, New Media, man. We just gonna show you. It's easier to show you. See this, now y'all got me in my zone. This is where I belong. I belong in the zone. Hold on. Y'all got me in my zone. All right. All right, so this is ESPN pound for pound list. Lomachenko, number 1. Golovkin, 2. Crawford. Kovalev, number 8. See, this is what I'm talking about. Look, Anui, number 9, Wilder, number 10. So check this out. ESPN ranked Kovalev in their top 10, and in my opinion, with Ward being gone, I'm not opposed to Kovalev being on there. But once again, why is there no pressure for Kovalev to fight the best person in his division, which is, I don't know who it is, because it's either Bivol, Sullivan, Barrera, Better Biev. There's a lot of good guys. Marcus Brown, Yard. You know what I mean? And he's a pound for pound. Nobody's putting Tank on no pound for pound list. No one says Tank is top 10 pound for pound right now. But again, ESPN is saying Kovalev is pound for pound. Oh, Adonis. See, I'm slipping. I forgot about. Yeah, so actually Adonis is probably, I would say he's the best, at least in terms of what he's proven, right? So why isn't Kovalev fighting Adonis his next fight? But you see that guy that I just burned in the hot seat, he said, oh, it's about legacy, and who cares if you lost your belt and your last performance wasn't great and all that, blah, blah, blah. You need to fight the best for your legacy. Okay, so Kovalev is a champion, something Tank Davis is not, and he's being recognized on people's pound for pound list like ESPN. That's a big box, right? And he just fought a tune-up after losing the Ward back-to-back versus a style that he's always, I mean, if you come with no defense and you try to slug it out with Kovalev, a good boxer puncher, then you're an idiot. You know what I mean? That's just not gonna fly. And that's what Shabransky did, right? And now he's fighting Igor Mikhalkin. So where's this outrage for him? Where's his outrage? But Tank, oh, he's ducking Loma, even though, and he's not even ranked. He's not even ranked in the sanctioning body. Last time I checked, I believe at least Vodstick is ranked with Kovalev's belt. I think Vodstick is the mandatory, and that's another good fight. So why is he fighting Igor? These dudes are getting bodied, man. Where's all the fake outrage? And here, see, listen. This is how you know ESPN full of shit when it comes to boxing. They don't have Anthony Joshua on the list. but they have Wilder on the list, which, you know what I mean, whatever. I'm not really mad at that. Whatever. Fuck it. He has more fights. But how do you have Inouye with 14-0, no major names, and he's number 9? Listen, just listen to me, people. How is there no Anthony Joshua on the list, but Nayao Inouye is number 9? But Joshua's not on the list, and he has more belts than any other heavyweight, and he at least beat Klitschko via knockout, right? And like Jay said, Nick, shit, I just flip it on ya. Let me flip it on ya. Now, somebody in Nayao Inouye's current division just knocked out the number 1 pound for pound person that ESPN and HBO were saying, which is Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez, and his name is Sor Rungvisai or Sisket, whatever, right? So how is Rungvisai not on this fucking list, and he just knocked out who y'all said, ESPN said, was pound for pound number 1, and Nayao Inouye, he ain't fought no one like Chocolatito and knocked him out, and he on the list. Like, come on, man. Like, someone explain that. So, on top of Joshua not being on there, how is someone even in the same division? What's the name? Rungvisai just beat Chocolatito 2 times, and then the rematch, which was supposed to be the tiebreaker, he got knocked out. I'm not mad. I mean, I give money and I do my thing. And see, this is the thing. Here's another reason I'm not mad, because I just keep exposing it, and it doesn't make me look bad. This makes them look bad, because you have a panel of supposed to be boxing experts, Dan Rayfield, and Teddy Atlas, and different people, and they're voting for this, and this is the list you come up with. So I'm far from mad. I'd be mad if this was my list and people were ridiculing me. You know what I mean? But how I can't understand how Nayao Inouye would be on there. And I think he's a very talented fighter. But this is what I'm talking about. Listen, this is that Lomachenko shit. He on the list with 14-0, but they told us Chocolatito was the pound for pound number 1 before the Rungvisai fights. And then the guy who knocks out Rungvisai and takes Chocolatito's belt, and then comes back and then he beats him and takes his belt. Then he comes back and knocks him out to show it wasn't a fluke with hellacious body shots. He ain't on the list. So how? Somebody explain. Like Pac said, somebody got to explain why I ain't got shit. Somebody got to explain this. ESPN and HBO, they were of the thinking, and they preached that Chocolatito was number 1 pound for pound. Floyd's out, he retired, boom, it's Chocolatito. I didn't agree with that, but fine, that's what you guys say. So how is it the guy that beats Chocolatito, it was controversial, and then he immediately rematches him and he knocks him out? He ain't on the list. Rungvisai ain't on the list, but a guy who only has 14 fights and ain't even really fought nobody that just looks good is on the list, and that's Nayao Inouye. And again, it's not a distance, because I think Nayao Inouye would have knocked out Chocolatito, to be honest. But the thing is, just like Lomachenko, the proof is in the motherfucking pudding. I still haven't seen it, so I don't, you know what I mean? It's just speculation at this point. But I do think Nayao Inouye would have beat Chocolatito. I think he's too big. So how is this fair? You know what I'm saying? So is it that's what I'm saying. Nayao Inouye, I think, is with K2. So, I mean, and some Japanese promoter. So are they just giving some money to ESPN, and then Rungvisai's people didn't give it to him? That's what I'm saying. That's why this shit is fucking rigged. Chocolatito is your number 1 pound for pound, and the guy that beats the number 1 pound for pound, according to your old list, he ain't even on the list. So it's supposed to be on some Highlander shit. You kill this bad guy or whatever, and you inherit his powers. Somebody explain this to me. What has Nayao Inouye done more? Not, you know what I mean? I don't care if you think Inouye would beat Rungvisai, because all that's just speculation, and it's all irrelevant until it happens. And it's not going to happen anytime soon, because Inouye's moving up in weight. That's what I'm saying. And Kovalev, like, I mean, I don't have a problem with him being in the top 10, but Anthony Joshua was undefeated, 19-0, 19 knockouts, and he just beat Klitschko. Kovalev got knocked out by Ward and lost to Ward, and he on the list, but Joshua ain't on the list. You gotta do something, baby. Not looking good at all. This is what I'm saying. This is why this stuff don't make sense to me. These pound for pound lists be all over the place. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You said Chocolatito's #1, but the guy who beats him back to back twice, he ain't on the list, even though he beat him and then viciously beat him in the stoppage, right? But then some other guy who only has 14 fights somehow magically is on the list, and he ain't fought no one as good as Chocolatito or that was being revered as what Chocolatito was. It's crazy. And like I said, back to this Tank Davis shit. Okay, the pressure's on Tank. He's ducking, whatever you guys want to say, but he's not a champion. Kovalev is a champion, and he's fighting Igor Mikhelkin. Dan is the man. You blocked just for saying that. New Media. Well, you go be the man with him. Listen, I don't know what they consider, to be honest. I mean, it's like they got a dice with just fighters' names. Just, Lomachenko #1, motherfucker. I don't want to crap out. Hold on, who's #2? Good luck, good luck. Gennady Golovkin. Like, what about Crawford? Fuck it. Nah, it's Lomachenko and Triple G. That's our list. I'm telling you, this shit is all weak. Like they want to force feed you and make you believe who they want you to believe is the person, and it's just crazy. And another thing is like this. Is there anybody black on the ESPN panel? There's like multiple people that vote. Is there anybody black on the panel that is voting on this list? And yes, that does matter, right? If you're Mexican and you're being tried for murdering some white woman, and there's a jury, you know what I'm saying? Jury of 12 people or whatever, and none of them look like you. Would you be concerned? Would you think like, oh, this is gonna be the perfect fair trial? You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it all the way funky. You know what I mean? Is there anyone on that ESPN pound for pound rankings list, Dan Rayfield, Nick Parkinson, Teddy Allen, are any of them black? Or even a smidge black, like, you know what I mean, Steph Curry black, you know what I mean, like biracial shit. I don't even think Stephen A. Smith is on that list that voted for that, though. I think that's what someone said. Yeah. So whoever the panel, Dan Rayfield, Teddy Atlas, Bernardo Pilati, Eric Raskins, Nick Parkinson, Nigel Collins, Joe Cortez, Charles Mohinen, Carlos Navia, Claudio Treos, and Salvador Rodriguez. So Stephen A. Smith ain't even on that list. No, he ain't even on the list of people that vote. So that's the people voting. And I mean, I'm not the smartest brother in the world, but none of the names sound black. You know what I'm saying? I don't see like no typical black name. You know what I'm saying? No LaTroy Jenkins or something. I don't see that. I don't see any type of name that sounds remotely black. Bernardo Pilati, Nick Parkinson. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, this is what makes New Media, man. Oh, stop bringing up race. No, stop watching the videos, because I bring up race as it pertains to boxing. You know what I'm saying? And again, there's millions of channels out there. Teddy Atlas didn't get fired. He's still with ESPN under contract. So you're not saying the correct truth. Who's Steven? We got a hot seat. Oh, Stephen A. Smith. So I see, I got the itchy trigger finger. Someone said, Steven don't know shit about boxing. I thought he was in here. I'm aware Steven. I'm about to put him in the hot seat. Blasphemy. LeBron James. Like, he don't know about boxing like that. New Media, man. Man, I'm on go, man. Tell me when to go. I'm from the Bay. Tell me when to go. So, That's what I'm saying. Stuff like, you see, it doesn't matter to some of y'all. Like, oh, you're like, oh, who cares if no one on the panel is black? I mean, so you don't think people have inherent biases? Some people, and see, like, this is the thing. You can say whatever you want about me, but you realize everybody that they say that I hate, I've supported some way. Like, I don't not do Vasil Lomachenko first looks. You know what I mean? Or 7 reasons. I've been to Golovkin fights. So you can't do that with me. You can't play that game with me. Like, oh, you hate Eastern Europeans. Then why'd I go to Ward Kovalev? You know what I'm saying? Why did I go to Kovalev's roundtables where it's just him talking for 2 hours? Right? Why'd I go to Golovkin Wade and Golovkin Jacobs and spend all this money for those fights if I hate all these people? You know what I mean? But let them tell it. Let it be Andre Ward or Sullivan Barrera, and they don't show up. You go to Golovkin Wade, but Ward Barrera, you're not fucking with that, huh? Okay. We know what time it is, man. Y'all boys getting body bagged this year. So, man, I mean, that's just my thoughts. Like, you can't even make this shit make sense. Nao Inui's on the pound-for-pound list, but Rungvisai ain't. Ego has his favorite fighters. You sound stupid. You sound real life dumb. Ego has his favorite fighters. LOL. That's how I know it's gonna be something corny. When y'all be laughing at your own jokes, it'd be like, Ego so biased, laughing my ass off. You the only one laughing though. Ain't nobody laughing about that but you. Listen, anyone can have favorite fighters, but a lot of people make this shit so painstakingly obvious who their favorite fighters are. You know what I'm saying? Like to the point where it's like, I mean, just listen to what they say. Like, Dan Rayfield, if it's a slick fighter, if it's a black fighter, what does he ever say that's really positive? I mean, and even if he does, it has to be, they put on, like Floyd versus Canelo. He did every single thing right, so you can't really criticize. What are you going to say? What are you going to say about that? You know what I mean? But when Crawford does great and clears out a division, where's this comparison to Ali from Bob Arum and Hagler Hearns and Roberto Duran and Floyd, Pacquiao, right? But then Lomachenko beats a guy 2 divisions underneath him, and guess what? That's what it is. Like I said, my mom always told me, consider the source. Listen to who you're getting your information from. Listen to what people say. Study the moves. Listen, I've been on for a minute. Let's hit the like button. We got to get them likes up. We should definitely be over 250 by now. Shout out to Sweden. Shout out to real boxing fans. We're just exposing the fakes. And we're going to keep trucking. And like I said, I mean, honestly, ask yourself this question. If everything, okay, first of all, if everything I'm saying is lies and people, why are they not successful in the hot seat? Why aren't they doing a good job of disproving it and coming up with intelligent rebuttals without saying stupid shit? Oh, your beard, ha ha ha. Okay, you know what I mean? It should be easy. And then, like I said, look at other channels, look at writers. They should be killing me. They should be smoking me, because if your message is that real, then real is real and real recognizes real, so people are going to naturally gravitate. Meanwhile, we kill people in the hot seat and we block them, and they come back under all these 5, 6 accounts. Why aren't people rushing the gates to get to some of these other YouTube channels who are saying the opposite of what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Building 5 and 6 accounts after they've been blocked just to get to their channels. You know what I mean? And their viewership is down and stuff like that. The amount of content they create is down. You should be winning right now. If all you say is accurate, and I'm the guy that's full of it, I'm full of shit. What is your opinion on Sullivan Barrera versus Dimitri Bivol? It's a good fight. If Wilder and Luis Ortiz happened on the same night, I would probably go to that fight over the Kovalev fight. And it's crazy because, like I just said, Kovalev's fighting a guy I don't even know, Igor Mikhalkin, and the co-main event is much better to me and more meaningful than the main event with the champion. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it is what it is. But the Bivol Barrera fight is good. I mean, Bivol looks to be the goods, but you can never count Sullivan Barrera out. He has good size for the division. And I personally haven't seen enough of Bivol at any level to, you know, I seen his last fight. He got the first round knockout, but that wasn't against Sullivan Barrera. You know what I mean? So I haven't seen enough to really diagnose it. So I'm not going to say if he beats Barrera, I'd be surprised, because Barrera does have a loss and Bivol does look good. But, I mean, it could go either way. Me personally, I like to collect data. See, this is the same thing with Lomachenko. It's nothing against him. I just got to collect data on the fighter. You know what I mean? I didn't even, like, people always think I love Floyd, and I didn't even grow up watching Floyd like that. Man, I was in the Roy Jones era, and Mike Tyson and Prince Nassim. Those were my dudes. And then obviously the Ali's and Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., shit like that. I wasn't really even checking for Floyd like that. But through consistency and great performances, I'm like, damn, Floyd's a bad man. And then you study the tapes and go back and look at the classic fights and stuff that you might have been too young for. And then you have a newfound respect. Like, damn, Floyd is a boss. He went from the pretty boy to the money May. He flipped the game, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, wow. But shout out to Envy Music, man. Y'all on that PayPal. It's not gonna show up on the super chat, but he just did a $5 super chat. Envy Music Beats directly to PayPal. Thank you. Appreciate that. I told you, man, we working, we getting this money, spreading our thoughts, opinions. And see, it's not even about just disagreeing an opinion. I want you to explain why you disagree. Everyone disagrees until it comes time for that. Until you have to actually speak some sense. But yeah, like I said, there's nothing even against Lomachenko. I just got to collect data on him. Shout out to Brian Thomas, $2 super chat. And in 11 fights with certain good names, but certain circumstantial things that the momentum was leaning toward his way, I got to see more. I got to see him keep doing it. And I'm giving you guys a recommendation. And people get mad. I'm telling you, if Lomachenko does what Bob Arum says he can do and makes Mikey Garcia quit, that's most definitely a step in the right direction. Because Mikey has momentum, proven power at 35, at 40. You know, he had enough to hold his own with Broner. We'll see how he does with Sergey Lipinets. Nothing anyone can say. So if Loma, and see, like, see, this is the other thing. People always get sensitive when it comes to, like, certain fighters, like white fighters or Eastern Europeans. I don't know. But it's like they act like it's off limits to have any kind of criticism. Oh, you're hating. Like, I'm not hating. I'm just telling you what I really feel. You know what I mean? And the thing is, nobody did this with Pacquiao. No one did this with Mayweather. Mike Tyson knocked out like 14 motherfuckers in his first fight or whatever. Nobody did this to him and said he's better than this. It's what you do over time. You know what I'm saying? So Lomachenko, I don't care. I don't give a fuck if he has 2 gold medals, 10 gold medals. He's not exempt from that. Straight up, he's not exempt from that. He's a good fighter, but keep proving it. Like everyone else had to keep proving it. You don't have to push Bud for fights. He looks for the top in every division like Snack. That's what I'm saying. And then Bob Arum's talking about, I don't know who's pound for pound #1, Bud Crawford or Lomachenko. You don't, but I do. Clearly it's Terrence Crawford. Loma has 1 belt. Loma has 1 belt. Terrence Crawford had all of the belts. And they both, listen. Terrence Crawford in 135, he probably had 1 belt. I don't remember him getting multiple belts. But then he moved up, and then he got majority of the belts. And if you look at his last 5 fights, he's actually punishing guys and knocking them out. Lomachenko's knockouts aren't like that. That's why Orlando Salido said he's no mas boring or whatever the fuck he's talking about. He says because it's like he's boring his opponent. Lomachenko is, I really think he's good, but his power is grossly overrated. Terrence Crawford is fucking with you and toying with you, but his power is more, at least at 140. You know what I mean? Because he's actually getting like, and I hate to say this, but if you guys understand where I'm from, like the slang, he's actually getting legit stoppages. Not saying Lomachenko stoppages aren't legit, because I mean, if you make a guy quit mentally or whatever, it's still the stoppage. But I'm saying there's a physicality involved with Crawford stoppages. When Golovkin stops a guy, when Canelo has stopped a guy, right? Well, even when Floyd stopped Conor McGregor or Diego Corrales or something. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain level of physicality. Lomachenko is like befuddling people, and they're like, man, I can't continue. So it's a difference. And the reason why this is a point of interest for me is because I know boxing, and you're not going to be able to do that to just anybody. And the reason I know is because, listen, some guys are gifted with immense amount of power. If you have that type of power and you connect those shots, there are things that your body's functionality will shut down, and you physically cannot. Like, I've seen guys get rocked, get dropped to the canvas, and they try to get back up, and everything they tried, they could not get back up. I think maybe even Badu Jack, maybe when Badu Jack got up in his stoppage loss, I think he was trying to get up, but he was just like spilling all over the place. Or Zab Judah when he fought Costa Zoo, he was trying to get back up, but his legs weren't cooperating. So my point is this: if you got guys that are hitting like that, where even though you're trying to get up, it just can't. You're like, oh fuck, you're like, you just can't. Or even Fonfara, Joe Smith Jr. versus Fonfara, he got up, but he was like running. He was like literally running into the ropes and stuff. He couldn't control it. So that's what I'm saying. When certain guys have that type of power, where physically, even if your mind wants to continue, you can't continue. Lomachenko's not doing that. Lomachenko's not doing that to people. It's their mind is giving up, or their heart or whatever, but it's not. He's making them physically. Rigondeaux's face coming up 2 divisions looked perfectly fine. He could have did a photo shoot afterwards. I mean, he probably wouldn't want to because he'd been embarrassed, but he could have done it in terms of how his face looked. You know what I mean? He didn't like. He didn't look concussed or anything. Bradley, when he fought Ruslan, he was concussed. You can hear him slurring. He said he had to learn how to talk again or some shit for 2 weeks or something. Lomachenko's not doing that to people. So the reason this is important to me is because this is why some people are afraid to see him move up. They keep comparing him to Mayweather and Pacquiao. Move up like Mayweather and Pacquiao, because he's gonna have to find other ways to get shit done. Because when guys are physically bigger than you, not everyone's just gonna give, and not everyone's just gonna lack heart. It's straight up. Mikey Garcia, I was surprised that Rigondeaux quit, but I would be more surprised if Mikey Garcia quit, because Mikey Garcia is bigger. Rigondeaux moved up 2 weight classes, so him not wanting him much. And see, if you really think about it, which I could have thought about this more in my fight prediction, is Rigondeaux, we all know he doesn't throw that many punches. You know what I'm saying? So if things aren't going his way, it's not like he's gonna throw like this. It's kind of like Klitschko. That's why Klitschko looked like shit versus Tyson Fury, because he's like, it wasn't going his way, and he's not gonna just like, he's almost like hesitant. And then on top of that, things aren't going your way. So Klitschko didn't know what to do with Tyson Fury until them later rounds. But Mikey Garcia, to make him quit, I'd have to see that. I'm not saying Loma can't beat Mikey Garcia, but all that making him quit and no ma shit, show me that. I want to see that. Let's look at that. Let's take a gander at that. That's what Bob Arum's talking. And see, that's what I'm saying. Anyone can say the shit. Bob Arum make the fight. Give Mikey something respectable where they're both satisfied with the purse and they're going to put on the best performance. Give them one of them PBC purses where they both get 1.5, 1.25, 1.5 mil, 2 million like Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia get. I bet you Mikey would take it then. You know what I mean? But you offering him like a couple 100,000, 500,000, he probably not gonna take it. Possibly have to fight off of his network. Loma's people, if they want to prove his greatness, they're gonna have to start paying people. But like I said, you can make Mikey quit. Look at John Doe. Tank is a duck. So we talk about Lomachenko and Mikey Garcia, and then they try to revert off of the subject. Tank is a duck. Okay, he's ducking. That's fine. Whatever. But let's talk about Mikey Garcia and Lomachenko. And this is the thing. Before he started doing these tweets, Lomachenko called out Mikey Garcia immediately after the Rigondeaux fight. But people want to sweep that under the rug. Nobody's setting Lomachenko up. Shout out to my moderator dude, Angel Santos. He just hit me off on the Venmo. $20 super chat. It says the Eagle Army New Media is growing stronger each and every day. Them hats coming soon, and you know that. $20. Shout out to my dude Angel, holding it down, true boxing fan, and I really appreciate it. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. Y'all motivated me. It's about to go down. I'm gonna get some. I got some stuff in the works. I don't like, you know me. I don't like talking too much because I got a lot of people that watch and stuff. I don't want people biting my ideas and trying to get them off before me. But Eagle Army, man, I told you it's getting bigger and bigger because people, from what I've seen, people want that real. They don't want that fabricated stuff. Like, you got to make it make sense. Like I said, Inui, good fighter, but how is he number 9? But Joshua's not on the list. You know what I mean? How is he number 9? But Rung Vasai beat the guy you said was number 1, Chocolatito Gonzalez, and he ain't on the list. Mikey ain't quitting. I'll donate $1,000, like I've said. And Mikey, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, we need to create some kind of league for this shit. If promoters and trainers and all that want to say this, we got to create some kind of league, man. Because I got to see. These are things I got to see. It's just like Abel Sanchez said, nobody go from 54 to 68 goes 12 rounds with Golovkin. But his last 2 fights, they both went 12 rounds. So that whole conversation is kind of out the window. He said nobody goes 12 with Golovkin, but his last 2 opponents went 12 with Golovkin. Like, Abel Sanchez, no one goes 12 rounds with Triple G from 154 to 168. Abel Sanchez, nobody goes 12 rounds with Golovkin. But his last 2 opponents went 12. So, once again, anyone could say whatever, especially when it's in their best interest, aka their fighter. So if Bob Arum thinks that Mikey will quit, his former fighter will quit to his new fighter, then let's see it. Triple G did not even hurt Canelo. Great point. And Canelo hurt Triple G. But we'll see in the rematch, man. I'm not even going to talk too much about it until it gets closer and official. What's the lie? I don't get it. Someone just said lies. What's the lie? Shout out to you, Jacob. Enjoy your night. Listen, I'm going to keep saying the same thing. Mikey has a belt at 135 and soon to have a belt at 140. If my prediction is correct, I think he beat Sergey Lipinets, right? So if Lomachenko were to move up 5 pounds and beat a champion, then that will be more meaningful than the timing of him beating Gervonta Tank Davis right now, to me. Everyone keeps pushing for the fight. I'm trying to push for the fights that will give Lomachenko more credit to at least help substantiate the claims that are being made about him right now. You know what I'm saying? And for whatever reason, these motherfuckers in the comment section don't want that. They don't want to see that. All right, Jim, I got to start burning people. because y'all getting out of line. I got to start. Jim Corn, you in the hot seat. He said Mikey's going up, not down. Right? See, this is how New Media, this is how we made a name, catching bodies. So what do you mean he's going up, not down? Explain that, please. Jim, this is to you. Hey, this how we came up in the game. New Media stuff. Hot seat. Jim Corn. We gonna prove that you a corn. Where is he at? So you said Mikey is only moving up, not moving down. So you're saying he wouldn't move down for the Lomachenko fight. Jim Corn, you're in the hot seat. See, if this was The Price is Right, y'all would be running on down. Like, Jim Corn, you're the next contestant on The Price is Right. You be, did it. Y'all be running all down. But when it's that hot seat, y'all want to run down. What the fuck at 135 and 164? No, you just said Mikey's moving up, not down. Everybody type pussy, because he's trying to duck and dodge. Everybody type pussy. You said Mikey is not... When I suggested Mikey versus Lomachenko, who Lomachenko called out, you said that Mikey's moving up, not down. Everybody type pussy. Jimmy getting cracked corn. Y'all are hilarious right now. All right, so he's ducking, so I'm going to just burn him right now. So he said that basically Mikey's going to stay at 140 and he wouldn't come back down. So I'm going to prove him wrong, New Media style. Shout out to Fight Hype. They have an interview with Mikey Garcia 2 weeks ago. Mikey Garcia responds to Lomachenko and Arum, calls their bluff, and says he says, hell yeah, to 135 Summer Clash. Right? Fight Hub. Mikey Garcia feels Lomachenko fight at 135 could launch him into a pay-per-view star. So once again, you lied. It says he was only moving up and not moving down. And I just showed you 2 videos that are both in the last 2 weeks where Mikey said he would come down to 35. So everybody, let's vote on Jim Corn's fate. If you got an L, put your L's up. New Media, that's how we catch bodies. You will be held accountable for what you say in my live streams. Mikey just said, he responded, called Lomachenko and Arum's bluff, and said he'll come down to 35 for it. Or back down to 35. Yo, one of my snipers, get Jimmy Crackcorn out of here. Thank you, Angel. Easy work. See, I'm telling you, it's easier to say the shit that they want to say. Here's some more. Robert Garcia warns Lomachenko that Mikey Garcia coming back for him. Clarifies. Lipinets is a tough guy. He's coming back down to 135. We want Lomachenko to come to 135. 1 week ago, and this is from trainer/brother Robert Garcia. So that's a third video. Lipinets is a tough guy. He's coming back down to 35. We want Lomachenko to come to 35, and that's where we'll defend. So once again, Mikey, shout out to you, brother, is being flexible with his weight. He fought Elias Rojas at a catchweight of 140, dropped down to 35 to fight a champion with the WBC with a 90% knockout ratio. Dejan Zlaticanin knocked him out, moved back up to 140 for Adrian Broner, and schooled him up, beat him convincingly. Now he's fighting Sergey Lipinets in February, and then him and his brother have admitted they'll come back down to 35 for Lomachenko. So he's being flexible with his weight. Lomachenko can move up 5 pounds for the guy he called out, Mikey Garcia. Why can't Lomachenko, who's better than Ali and Floyd and Pacquiao, why can't he flex his weight? Mikey's doing it. Floyd's did it. Floyd fought De La Hoya at 54, fought Cotto, Canelo at 152, and then he didn't stay up there. He fought Cotto at Canelo at 152, and then fought Maidana twice at 47. So why can't Lomachenko flex his weight? And Floyd's a little dude. Lomachenko has the size for 35. Shit's getting too easy, people. So y'all can do, oh, you hate this fight, or all that corny shit. That's fine. I'm just showing you the proof. You shouldn't be mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger. We're not doing mercy today. I don't feel merciful. Yep, Floyd held belts at 54 and 47 simultaneously. That's what I'm saying. So using their logic, let's say Tank's ducking you, Miguel Berchel's ducking you, Machado's ducking you, and you can't get any unification, even though I think you can with the right price, if the right amount of money is, at least for Miguel Berchelt and Machado and guys like that, who I think haven't really said, hey, we have other plans. Then why not move to 35 for the guy you called out? Telling you, the walls are closing in. Loma checkers, you almost got blocked another day, and now you back. Hey, Ego, what's up with that suspect thumbnail? See, the only one that finds it suspect is you, because you're trying to change the subject, because you're obsessed with Lomachenko, and your picture is Lomachenko, your username is Lomachenko, and that's the reality of it. So now you're trying to change the subject and talk about Floyd Mayweather and some kind of thumbnail. I don't even remember exactly what picture I used for the thumbnail. But once again, you are trying to evade and change the subject. We call that deflection. Before I get out of here, I'm going to talk about Floyd Mayweather and the MMA. I don't have much to say. I don't think it'll happen. Dana White's talking about he's having a meeting with Floyd. If anything, I could see Floyd like co-promoting like UFC cards, but I don't see him getting in the octagon himself and fighting Mighty Mouse or some shit, or a Conor rematch in the. I just don't see it. But hey, money talks. I don't see it. I don't see that happening at all. If anything, I could see him maybe do like some kind of business partnership where Floyd is like, they use his face and brand to help the promotional shit for the events. Floyd would get knotted up in MMA. Yep, and most MMA fighters would get knotted up in boxing. It's already kind of been well documented in most cases, except for like Ray Mercer, but he got cracks. Anyway, this was a fun stream. Let me know what you guys think. Shout out to the love overpowering the hate, as always. Shout out to Eagle Army. We got a lot of super chats. My dude Angel and a lot of other people donated to the movement. And I'm just, man, I got a lot coming in 2018. And actually, that's why I'm getting off the stream, because I got to start really planning and networking. I'm about to get a couple more pieces of gear, and we're about to really take off. Probably going to get a new lens. We're about to really do this. But thank you guys. Appreciate it, everybody. Catch the if you missed the live stream, try to catch the replay. More videos coming soon, more first looks. Y'all can feel free too in my videos. I get too many comments, so I don't get to read them all. But you guys can make suggestions in the videos. Like if there's a first look you're looking for, or something that I used to do that I haven't done in a while. Whatever, man. But Fight Club, all that shit, we about to take over. Ego Army about to take over. Believe that. Death Row East, believe in that. I told you we are the mob, money on top of boxing. New media, let's get it, let's go. Shout out to my moderators holding it down. Peace out.